Hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make some caramel cookies, and this is a quick biscuit or cookie which is made with just 5 ingredients. So I start off by preheating my oven to 200 degrees Celsius, that's 180 Celsius with a fan, 390 Fahrenheit, and I've lined a couple of baking trays with parchment paper. So I'll go on to the ingredients, and for the ingredients I have 200 grams, which is 14 tablespoons minus a teaspoon of softened unsalted butter. I have 250 grams, 1 1/4 cups of caster sugar, 300 grams, 2 cups based on scooping packed flour into a 250 milliliter cup of plain flour, 4 grams or 4.5 grams about really of baking soda, which is 1 teaspoon, and a scant 1/4 cup, 75 grams of golden syrup. That's all the ingredients, and so what we need to do is to make our cookie dough basically. Now to make the dough I'm going to use my new Ankarsrum stand mixer, but you can make this by hand because it's very easy, or you can use a hand mixer, or you can use any stand mixer you have. It will all work perfectly well. And the first thing I'm going to do is to put my butter, which is soft, into the mixer. And then I'm going to add the sugar as well. And I'm just going to mix that until it's all creamed. So I'm going to mix that on a low speed until it's creamed together nicely. And that's good enough like that. So then I'm going to put my golden syrup in as well. And I'm going to mix that as well. And that's good enough like that. So then I'm simply going to put the baking soda into my flour and just mix it a little bit in the flour to get it distributed a little bit, and then I'm going to put the flour into the mixer and I'm going to mix that on a medium speed until it all forms into a dough basically. And that's clumped together into a dough, so that's easy enough. And what I need to do is to tip that out onto the work surface, mould it into a dough, and then divide it into the pieces I need. So I'll tip that out, and if any clings to the bowl, just scrape it, it will come out easily enough. And then I'm going to simply squeeze that like that to bring it all together into a dough. I'm going to divide that into 4 equal pieces. So with 4 pieces, I'm simply going to form each piece into a log and roll it out into a log which is between 10 and 11 inches in length. And then with them rolled out, I'm going to put them onto a baking tray, and I'm going to leave a good gap between each of them because they're going to spread as they bake. And I'm going to press them down just to flatten them. Just like that, and do the same with the others. And there I have my 2 trays. So I'm going to put those into the oven and I'm going to bake them for 12 minutes. And after 12 minutes I'll come back, and while they're still warm we'll cut them into pieces to make the caramel cookies. So I baked the caramel cookies for 12 minutes and they spread out as I said they would. And they've baked and they're very soft on top. They've been out of the oven for a couple of minutes, and so this is what they look like. And I'm just taking a little dough scraper, really, like this, and I'm cutting on a slight diagonal and making cookies which are about 1 inch or 2 centimetres in width. And you want to do this before they firm up too much. So as you can see, I have now cut all my cookies and they've cooled down completely, and they firm up as they cool down, but they're still going to be slightly chewy on the inside. So I'll have a taste of one. It has a wonderful flavour. That golden syrup always gives you such a wonderful flavour. I should say, if you don't have golden syrup, you could use molasses or a light molasses, something like that would work very well. But golden syrup is the actual perfect thing to use, I would think. So these are actually very easy to make, and you don't need to make them in a mix if you don't want to, but because I have my new Ankarsrum mixer I wanted to try that out as well. So that's going to be it for this recipe. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there will be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well. And I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.